morning on Going Green, what those green labels really mean. You may have noticed a little emblem on a growing number of foods and other products claiming the item is good for the planet, but how do you really know? Joining us this morning from IdealBite.com is Jen Boulden. And Jen, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, Lester.
There are these little emblems showing up on little things, and I'm just wondering, are they conforming to any kind of standard? Is there any uniformity in these?
There is, thank goodness. The government actually has done a great job, for example, with Energy Star, putting the labeling on home appliances, but as well as light bulbs and sealants.
Help me understand, because I see the Energy Star a lot, generally when I buy a computer or a TV or something like that. What exactly does that mean? And what does that have to... What do they have to do to get that? Right.
So the product has met really strict standards on high energy efficiency ratings. So anytime you use a product, it's going to save you energy, it's going to save you money.
And so obviously you think of light bulbs and things like this, but why do we have a caulk here?
Because you lose about 20 to 30% of your cooling and heating in little tiny holes in your house. So if you can seal it, that's going to be a really big improvement in your energy bill as well as the savings to the environment.
So insulation, that sort of thing, all those count towards things you need to do.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk about food products. Now, you know, before the green movement, there was a whole organic movement, but now they kind of come together because organic means they're not using pesticides, not harming the environment.
Exactly.
Now, these are government labels we see, right?
Yep.
Meaning what? What would they say?
USDA organic. So anytime you see this label or the word organic, it means that you're not getting pesticides and a lot of chemical synthetic fertilizers in the food. If it's an animal product, it's not going to have antibiotics or growth hormones. Okay, this is a good time to ask you, is it better to buy organic or locally grown? Because that's a tricky one, right? It is a tricky one. It's a really good question. And the answer is surprising. It's local. The reason being, there's a lot of embodied energy when you ship, say, that organic strawberry from Mexico to Maine, and it's kind of negating the environmental benefit. Plus, when you buy local, you're usually supporting like farmers markets, and they're sometimes growing organically anyway. Okay, because if you do forget, the organic things sometimes come from very far away. Exactly. And they've got to be transported there. Let me ask you, let me talk about the label on this product, which is one I hadn't noticed before. It says what? It says the fair trade.
Fair trade.
Yep, and it's fair trade coffee.
Yeah, it says equal exchange, fairly traded.
Yep, and the little logo is here on the back. So this is the logo that you look for.
Okay.
And this means that all of the farmers in developing countries are going to receive a living wage for their work.
And who makes sure that's the case, though?
In this case, it's called Transfair, and it's a non-government organization, and they do all the certifying and saying, yes, this farmer has received a living wage, doesn't need to pull his child out of school to help him pick berries, and usually they're farming in organic ways as well.
Okay, so not just organic and green, but in some ways politically correct and morally correct.
Socially conscientious.
Right, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. There's also now another label has to do with wood products.
Yeah.
And what is this one?
This is called FSC. It's Forest Certified Council, and basically they're saying that these forests need to be well managed and you can't remove the trees faster than they can grow. So it has to be in a managed forest, so they're not just cutting down somebody's backyard tree, in other words. Exactly. And again, that one, we can rely on that as accurate and true representation? Yep. They have been around for the last decade, and they've done a really good job in saying, let's look at this forest by forest, and a lot of companies have taken on to this. Overall, has the movement, the whole green movement, almost outpace the ability to regulate and to label them properly? Yeah, absolutely. There's been an explosion, of course, in these green products. And so the government has done the best job in having really thorough programs like Energy Star, like USDA. These two programs are legit, the Fair Trade and the Forest Stewardship Council. And the rest, you can come to IdealBite and do your research. All right. Well, all good information. Thanks so much for being here, walking us through. I do appreciate it. Jen Boulden. For more information on these labels, head to our website, todayshow.com. We'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages.